There is a member in Temple View where it was my last area of my mission. And he told us, he said, I have a friend that wants to learn more about the gospel. And so we met him at the visitor center, and his name was Sam. And when we met Sam, he was 17, and he's Samoan, and his family was really, really strong in the Methodist faith. And so, Sam came into the visitor center that day, and we said, Sam, why do you want to come here? What do you want to learn more about? And he said, every time I come to the temple, every time I come here, I get this feeling inside. And then his eyes got all water, and he said, I'm feeling that feeling again. And so we had an opportunity to teach him about the Holy Ghost. And we said, do you know what that feeling means? Did you know what that feeling is? He said, no. He said, that's the Holy Ghost that you feel. And it means that it's true. And so we ended up sharing the first lesson with him. And at the end of the first lesson, we had an opportunity to invite him to kneel and pray and ask if Joseph Smith was a prophet. And, being a young boy of 17 who didn't like to go to church with his family, he knelt and prayed and asked if the Book of Mormon was true. And at the end of his prayer, as his eyes were filled with tears, he said, I know that it's true. And we wanted to set a date for him to be baptized, but his parents wouldn't let him get baptized. Next Fast Sunday came around, and he had the opportunity to actually stand up and bear his testimony as a non-member. And his testimony was so strong. I remember seeing everybody in the congregation crying, including my companion. I couldn't believe that this individual that we had taught the gospel to, just 3 weeks later, he was bearing his testimony in Fast Sunday. And so our bishop went up to him after church and said, Sam, that was a really good testimony. We want to invite you to speak in church next Sunday, and we want to invite your whole family to come. And so we actually had a fast with Sam that Fast Sunday that his parents would let him get baptized. And so his parents came or actually his father didn't come, but his mother and his grandmother and his sisters came to church to hear him speak. And it was a similar experience to them. As he spoke, their eyes filled with tears, and they knew that it was true as well. And after church that Sunday, the mom came up to us and said, my son can get baptized. And I remember it was just the most exciting feeling that we ever had, because here we were, we had taught Sam all these lessons, and it was hard because he couldn't get baptized. But now that he had permission, we set a date and for him to be baptized, and he was baptized just before I came home from my mission. And his whole family, just this last spring, they were all baptized into the church. It was an amazing experience to see someone who wasn't a part of the church, whose whole family was against the church, to be baptized and go against his parents, which is really, really hard to do in the Samoan culture. Your family is the most important thing to you. And if you go against your family, it's one of the most disgraceful and disrespectful things that you can do. But his parents gave him permission to be baptized. And shortly thereafter, they were baptized as well. And Sam now, as he's 17, he's preparing to go on a mission as well. And it's one of those experiences that I'll never forget as well.